Alrighty, Tackles and Tinnies listeners, this is the inaugural show. I've got my mate here, Gary. How are you, mate?
Hello. Yeah, I'm well.
Perfect. So, guys, this is the first show ever for Tackles and Tinnies. Okay, we're starting somewhere. Okay, it's going to look pretty as the weeks go on, and we get a better setup as we're going. But again, got to start somewhere. Guys, can you just introduce yourself to the viewers for us?
Yeah. So this is our first time meeting. Well, Ryan and I have known each other for a long time, but yeah, my name's Gary. I am a physiotherapist at Back Immersion in Burleigh Waters. I love the footy, hey?
Yeah. Who's your team, guys?
The Gold Coast Titans.
I want to know that. And why the Titans? Is it just because you're a local boy, or is it the players affiliated with them, or?
Yeah, well, probably being a local boy, like growing up on the Gold Coast, when they came in 2007, just kind of hopped onto that bandwagon.
Yeah, for sure.
Was a Broncos supporter before that. But yeah, once the Titans came out, just hopped on.
Who would say is your favourite player at the moment for the Gold Coast Titans?
Favourite player? Ooh, that's a tough question. What comes to mind? Probably Jaden Campbell's up there.
Yeah.
I think he's got he's got a lot of he's a great player, but he's got so much room to improve. So, yeah, he's up there.
You remind me of Jaden Campbell out on the TRL there field there, Gary.
On the field, I love that.
Awesome. And can you give me an embarrassing moment from rugby league as growing up, or something more recent memory? Can you think of anything?
Yeah, probably an embarrassing moment. Might go a funny moment here.
Okay, funny moment. Funny moment sounds good.
And it's like watching the NRL. Probably Piggy Riddell, if anyone remembers Piggy Riddell.
Oh yeah, I remember Piggy. Yeah,
him on the field, and he's a big boy. He scores a try, and you love it when a prop scores a try.
Yeah, of course.
Jumps over the fence and then just sits like that and just try celebration. It was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty unreal. I do remember that one. And it's a classic. So he's a cult figure for the NRL. For those who don't know me, first time listeners, my name is Ryan. I'm a high school teacher on the Gold Coast. I specialise in business, and I just talk for a living. So why the hell not start a podcast? I've been a Gold Coast Titans member pretty much since their inaugural season. I took one season off, so I lost my foundation membership. So a bit annoyed about that one. But at the moment, probably my favourite player is Brimo. I love Brimo. I love the fact that he's obviously he's one of their best players, obviously. But all the injuries and setbacks he's had doesn't deter him from getting back into the team. And obviously in more recent years with Keanu Kinney and JC fighting for spots with Brimo at fullback, I love his determination and grit. Again, you can't teach that, and I like to think I have a lot of those characteristics, and you can't teach grit. Yeah. In regards to a player or a player with a funny moment, I don't remember if you remember this, guys, but just as we finished high school, there was one of these players from the New Zealand Warriors. His name was Glenn Fishiaki, and you never celebrate early. And all I remember was I was at high school watching the game of the New Zealand Warriors. It was in the Toyota Cup, I think it was back then, or Holden Cup. Yeah. Anyway, he runs the entire field, absolutely beams it. No one's catching him. Again, does a little try celebration, all that you can do. Puts his hand up in the sky, and then all of a sudden, bang, Rabbitoh from behind him absolutely tackles him. He drops the ball. Yeah. Obviously, lesson learnt. Don't celebrate too early until you get the ball down. Do your backflip. Do whatever you need to do after that. But yeah, pretty silly. So guys, Tackles and Tinnies. So we plan to do an episode every single week. Probably releasing on a Monday morning because we're filming on the weekends due to our positions as physios and teachers. But again, we want you guys to be interacting with us as well. So if you have any suggestions about topics, whether that's footy related or not, SuperCoach or just general chit chat and banter, throw it our way, chuck it in the comments on YouTube or Instagram. And again, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. And all that will be in the description below. But yeah, our mission, guys, I think all we're here to do is just talk shit, talk footy.
Yeah, have a bit of fun, bit of banter.
Yeah.
I think bounce off each other, and
for sure.
Hopefully the listeners will have a good time
as well. Yeah, I hope you learn something. So we've got some cool segments and cool ideas. Obviously, there's thousands of different podcasts that are around, and we're trying to differentiate ourselves a little bit. Again, I think there's a bit of a scarcity with professionals talking about rehabilitation and training protocols. I think that's where my mate Gaz here comes into play. Can you give us a little bit of information what you can bring to the podcast?
Yeah. Well, as a physio, just breaking down and analysing a lot of the injuries that happen. So, like, if I'm a big fan of the Titans, so I'll be following them very closely this season.
Yes.
With Tino.
Yep.
And his rehab in America. So there's a 3-part series on Channel 9, I believe, that's coming out. So awesome. Be doing a bit of homework on that.
I'm actually going to listen to that one too. Unreal. Here's my dog. So, we also got one called Caps and Facts featuring ChatGPT. So actually we can get ChatGPT to give us some recommendations and some bold predictions. And we're going to go through some of them coming through in the coming minutes. Yeah. We've also got, obviously, our SuperCoach Breakdown and SuperCoach Draft. I released a mini podcast episode yesterday, just 4 or 5 minutes worth, just breaking down how our local league's going to go down, and I'll explain that very, very shortly. We're going to have weekly awards related to tackles and tinnies, and we're going to have, bold predictions going for the future as well, which is pretty cool. So Gaz is going to be talking about Physio Corner a bit later on in the episode, but we'll get to that later on. So, first segment, ChatGPT Weekly Predictions, or Cap and Fact, featuring ChatGPT. So, I love ChatGPT. It helps me so much as a high school teacher. I don't know if it helps you, Gaz, at all.
Less through physio, but it still helps with some diagnoses.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. Okay, well, I got ChatGPT to get all these different types of predictions, whether it's Dally M, is it head-to-head players, grand final predictions, state of origin, you name it, I've got ChatGPT to do it. Okay, the first one, Cap or Fact, Gary? Grand final rematch featuring Melbourne Storm and Panthers, and Melbourne Storm winning. What do we think? Cap or Fact?
So, Cap is yes.
Cap is bad.
Cap is bad. Okay.
Cap is bad.
I am leaning towards Cap.
Cap. Why? Why do you say that? Who are you predicting then?
Yeah,
or is Panthers going to win? Or is Panthers going to win?
I think Panthers have they've got a very high chance. They're 3 in a row. Was it 4 in a row?
It'll be 5 if they win this one.
5. Yeah, they can do it. I think they've had
Crazy.
a couple of big losses to the West Tigers.
Yeah.
With Luai leaving, but they're up there. I don't know if they'll make the grand final. It'll be interesting to see later on in the year.
Yeah.
Whether they can, they'll likely crack the top 8, but then from there, will they make it to 1?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Melbourne Storm, they'll be up there. I just think something's going to be different this year. There'll be other teams around that mid-pack that will leapfrog and jump over.
Yes, of course.
And, my prediction is looking at 2 probably different teams.
We're going to say that for later and give it to me now. What do you reckon?
Save it for later.
Okay, sounds good. Well, my prediction, Melbourne Storm versus Panthers. I'm going to say fact.
Fact?
Yeah, I'm going to say fact. I think Blaze Talangi coming from Parramatta Eels, I think there's going to be a bit of growing pains, him playing at 5'8". But he does have a lot of similarities, a lot of way. Obviously, kicking game's got a way to go. But in terms of his running game, I think it complements Nathan Cleary really, really well. Obviously, they get all these young fellas every single year. Some random bloke we don't know on will just come out of nowhere and just do a job. Yeah. I think Isaiah Papali'i coming from the Tigers, huge buy. I think that was really good. Obviously, you've got Blaze Talangi coming back in. But obviously, you've got a great spine. You've got the Australian fullback, you've got Dylan Edwards. Obviously, you've got Cleary. Can he stay healthy? That's another question. Mitch Kenny does his role, does it very, very well, tackles his ass off. And then, obviously, you got the best lock in the game in Isaiah Yeo. And I think Isaiah Yeo and Dylan Edwards, when Cleary was out, took more ball playing responsibility on. And I think, the whole team complements each other really, really well. I think Taruva going to the Tigers, as you mentioned earlier, huge loss. Huge loss. Just a big meter eater, but again, they'll find someone. Okay. But in regards to the Melbourne Storm, I reckon they're going to win. 100%. Yeah. I love Pappy. I love Pappenhausen. They got exactly TRL jersey part. We got Munster, hopefully coming back a bit healthier this year. We got the Dally M medal winner in Jerome Hughes, and obviously you got Harry Grant. Okay. then obviously you got depth all around. You got Stefano coming as well, huge buy. They needed a front rower. You got fantastic second rowers. Okay, everyone's doing their job, and obviously you got some of the best wingers in the game who are like 15 foot tall. Okay, so yeah, I think fact. So we got Dally M medal contenders or predictions. ChatGPT reckons Jerome Hughes, Nathan Cleary, Latrell Mitchell, and Joey Tarpany in that order. So that's predicting Jerome Hughes to go back to back. Cap or fact?
Just based on the odds.
That's based on the odds.
Queen. Probably. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. Hughes is electric. Goldie boy.
Yeah, he's Goldie boy.
Yeah. As much as I love him, I reckon probably Cap. Probably someone else this year.
Who are you thinking? Is there a name on that list? Maybe
Latrell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Latrell. What a hype about
Don't tell Morgo.
We're going to be loving it. But yeah, Latrell's looking really great this preseason, training.
So fit.
Yeah, looking very fit.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd play yesterday.
Yeah, still come back from that suspension, but yeah, he'll be back for round one.
Round one?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, Troll Mitch, your prediction?
Troll Mitch.
Yeah.
You heard it
I'd probably second that, actually. Yeah, I reckon Troll Mitch is a very good chance.
Yeah.
I think Cleary is obviously one of the best players in the league, and obviously losing Luai probably gives him some more points for the Dally M. But again, injuries scare me.
Yeah.
Scare me. Might need Gary the physio to help him out. Jerome Hughes, and obviously Munster wasn't there last year. Okay, Pappenhausen was away for a couple of games as well. Harry Grant with Origin. I just think, I don't know. It's just too hard. I think there's too many good players for Melbourne for him to go back to back. I think a lot of things went right for the Storm last year. But I think Latrell Mitchell is due for a big bounce back.
Well, we also have to look at the South Sydney, as a team.
Yeah.
This year, I think they're going to do really well.
Yeah, definitely.
New coach.
Coach Bennett. Yep.
Old man Bennett.
Yeah, old man Bennett. Trust the process, definitely.
A lot of experience. So, looking at that team as a whole, I think, very well balanced. And then you've got your individuals like Latrell, and if they can keep healthy, then they'll do really well.
I think Cam Murray's a big part of that too. Yeah, true. Okay. That's Cat. So, biggest riser, Canterbury Bulldogs. Okay. They're predicting top 4.
Yeah. Top 4, that's a big call. I reckon it's doable. Definitely for the Doggies fans out there. Very doable, but where did they sit last year?
They're in the 8. I think they're around 5th.
Around 5th?
Yeah, 5th, 6th.
Yeah, if they, top 8 again, or I reckon they'll be a top 8 contending team.
Yeah.
They have Captain Crichton.
Yeah, they got Captain Crichton,
Captain Crichton.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's fit.
Old boy Toby Sexton from the Titans. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Got Birdo. Yeah. Got some good players.
Yeah. Yeah, doable. I reckon, top 8. Top 4, I'm not sure, but at least top 8.
Okay, interesting. I reckon they're not making the 8.
Ooh.
Yeah,
wow,
spicy.
okay.
Well, think about it. Broncos didn't make the 8. Rabbitohs didn't make the 8.
Yeah.
Parramatta didn't make the 8.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of teams who underperformed last year, and I think Bulldogs overachieved last year.
Yeah.
It's going to be tight. Again, Cowboys, who knows? Cowboys are another story with that as well. So you reckon fact? I'm going to say cap. I don't think they're going to make the 8.
Okay.
Good guess, guys. Biggest faller. This is where ChatGPT thinks is a bit delusional. I don't think the Broncos can fall any lower. But they reckon biggest fall is going to be the Brisbane Broncos. I'll quote this from ChatGPT. Tough times ahead for the Broncos. After a middling 2024, challenges in consistency, depth might see them struggle to keep pace this season. I think Walshy, I think Ben Hunt coming. You got Reno, sure he's going to be healthier. Moses injured, but they have 4 hookers there, so I think that's going to cover that. Obviously got Payne Haas, who was injured for half the season. He's going to be coming back ready to rock. He won the Mount Cootha fitness test.
Oh, wow.
As a front rower at 120 kilos. What?
Fitness test.
Yeah.
Totally.
But yeah, obviously got X Factor all through the back line with Cobbo and Tony. Do you reckon cap or fact? Broncos?
I reckon that's that's going to happen. That's a cap.
Yeah, I reckon cap too.
I don't think they can do worse than... they can do worse than 13, but
yeah,
as a Broncos second team supporter.
Couldn't tell, mate. Couldn't tell.
They should do better than 13.
Yeah.
And with Madge as a coach at the helm, I think they'll only improve this season.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they do as well.
Yeah. Unreal. Yeah, I agree. Now this one's a bit testy. Okay. State of origin prediction. Can New South Wales back it up? According to ChatGPT, no. Queensland Maroon redemption. Okay, they're saying Maroons are due for a comeback. What do you reckon, guys?
You're talking to a Titans supporter, a Queensland supporter through and through. I want to say, 100%. Up the mighty Maroons.
Up the mighty Maroons. Is Walshy going to be fullback or Ponga?
Walshy or Ponga? Yeah, tough one there. I think Ponga's got the experience. I think as a coach, whoever the coach is going to be this year, Ponga has a bit more experience than Walshy, but Walshy has that X factor. Like, he's electric, he's quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ponga over Walshy.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope Walshy makes it
and
maybe slots in there somehow. Last year Ponga was utility, so
maybe switch them up.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of Walsh coming off the bench. The last 15 minutes, if the game's tight, imagine Walsh just going out there.
Yeah.
When everyone's absolutely gassed, you got some bloody Energizer bunny running out there. That's a good play, guys. I like that. But yeah, I reckon obviously Die Hard Maroon, not being biased, but yeah, I think Queensland's got it too. Good job, ChatGPT, finally getting something right.
He just keeps his head.
Yeah, keep his head. Got to keep his head. So we're big into SuperCoach. Well, Gazzy's getting into it a bit more this year, but I froth it. Okay, I absolutely love SuperCoach. As we spoke about yesterday in our little mini pod regarding the NRL draft for SuperCoach, we're going to go into that very shortly, but we're going to intertwine SuperCoach a little bit this year. It's not the be end all on how a player performs, but I think it's a good indicator on where they are and how they performed in a week-to-week basis, especially for an average.
Yeah.
And again, we'll tell you some cheapies. We can tell you some good buys, when to sell players. There's obviously plenty of other podcasters out there who do a fantastic job, and they're definitely going to be good tools. But again, we can be your full point of call as well, if need be. So, as we said yesterday, Gaz, we had our NRL All-Star pre-draft.
Yeah.
Okay. I was talking a lot of shit in the podcast, and I said I was going to get number one because I had Kalen Ponga. Who did you have again, Gaz? Who was your player?
Let me have a look. I don't remember. I was number 3 on...
Yeah, you had 33 points.
33 points. I had...
That's all right. Well, you wait to figure that out. Okay. I had Ponga. And Ponga, out of the 14 players for us, so again, players 1 to 7, so for those who didn't listen to yesterday's podcast, we had a pre-draft order for the NRL All-Star game. So it got determined the first 7 names were the Indigenous. So, for example, Troy got the first name drawn out of a random hat. Okay, he was number 1. So that means he had Hammer. Since I was the 8th name in the random order draft, I had the first player for the Maldives, which was Ponga. Okay, we're only doing the backlines, fullback to halfback, and then fullback to halfback. So that's your 14 names. I was talking shit yesterday, and I said I was going to be getting number 1 because I thought Pong was actually going to brain it. But it's a very low-scoring affair, and my prediction of getting the number 1 pick, I've actually dropped down to pick 9.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
9 out of 14.
I was hoping to actually probably get around the 5th to 8th position, but guess what, guys? You're 5th. Unreal.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you to whoever played last night.
Unreal. So what sort of players do you reckon you're going to be aiming for, Gazzy?
In the SuperCoach?
Yeah, so if you're the 5th pick, are you going to go for a position of scarcity, so like halfback hasn't got too many players, or are you going to go for the best player available? Could be Troll Mick, could forward to pick 5.
Yeah.
What's your strategy, you reckon, for pick 5?
Yeah, I want to fill my spine first. So like I want to fill hooker, number 9, number 7 halfback, and fullback.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good to be able to do like a 5 kind of in the middle there.
Yeah.
So I'll rotate and then probably fill it in that order.
Yeah.
And
so who's going to be first, do you reckon?
Ooh, top 5. Well, if everyone else.
Some good players here.
Yeah, Nathan Cleary, Tommy Turbo, Tedesco.
Tedesco could be smoky to drop, I reckon.
Yeah,
No Origin too.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
So you can get him for during the Origin period.
Yeah, just for fullback, can't go wrong with Latrell.
You hope he falls to 5?
Yeah, falls to 5. I'm picking him up.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I'm struggling, mate. I've got pick 9. It could go anyway. It's got here Nico Hines at 8, but I don't think Hines makes it that low. Again, halfback's a big scarcity of position.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can delay my fullback choice because you're obviously going to get a gun fullback at the very start. I won't have that luxury at where I'm at.
Yeah.
I could go get the best hooker, set and forget, or I could probably look to get a gun centre wing like Lomax or Val Holmes, or I could look to get like a Jaden Campbell at 5'8". Yeah. Don't know. So many different variables. I really don't know how it's going to work yet. So I forgot to mention, when we have the NRL draft day, we'll have our draft order, obviously. So I'm pick 9, Gaz pick 5, but you only have 1 minute to get your selection in. So you can't really just fluff around for half a day and looking at what's going to be best. It's just going to be bang, bang, bang. This whole entire draft, Gaz, it's going to be live.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Because everyone's hopefully everyone's free. Morgan's probably riding bikes.
He's definitely riding a bike.
He'll do it while he's riding his bike.
Yeah, he's stressing out, trying to burn some energy. But yeah, everyone has 1 minute. So everyone's going to be live. All the footage is going to be re-released back onto YouTube and TikTok and all that. So listen to that. It'd be pretty entertaining. And I guess what I'll be probably yelling into my microphone when probably someone steals my pick or my player. But yeah, that's coming up in the Sunday week. Yeah, 1 week time. Crazy. Yeah. Oh my God, how fast is that coming along?
Start of the season. Can't wait.
But yeah, different strategies for different positions. But yeah, I'm probably looking at the spine as well, mate. 100%. We're also going to have player awards for our podcast, mate.
Yeah. We should explain that. That's really exciting, I think, having a couple of different awards.
Yeah, so obviously you got your cliche, you got like your best player. We're calling it the MVP award. Self-explanatory. Yeah, self-explanatory. So again, that's the best player in our eyes. He might not be the highest SuperCoach rated player for the week, but it's again someone who's just done their role and actually just outperformed, gone above and beyond, the MVP. But we've got some other ones. We've got the big hit of the week. Okay, might have to do some research here and watch some actual tackles. But I tell you what, that Kalen Ponga hit last night in the first half, that try saver, I tell you what, that's a pretty bloody big hit. It bone rattled me. We had the SuperCoach MVP. Obviously, that's just to me your top score for the week. The unsung hero. I think I like this award. It actually gives a bit of homage and shout out to those players who aren't maybe the stars of their team, but they're doing their role. They're going above and beyond, and they're just trying to recognise them for doing a good job.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, 100%. Whether like solid defence, attacking, like choosing a player that might not be super well known or giving them credit. I think it's great. Yeah,
definitely, man. Rookie Rampage. Self-explanatory, guys. Okay. Again, we love our rookies. Okay. I like to think I'm 18 still, but definitely not. But yeah, we're trying to get those guys in, give them a bit of name recognition. Again, some of those guys might not be household names, but again, try to get rank the rookies and have a bit of bridge to you there. Like Iongi, maybe be a good chance. The Not So SuperCoach Award. Okay, this one's a bit of a heart puller or a heartstrings. Okay, it is the person. It could be really expensive player. Let's say you've got Nathan Cleary. Okay, one of the most expensive players in the game, and then he gets 5 points. Okay, that's definitely a SuperCoach letdown.
Yeah,
the Not So SuperCoach Award. Again, pretty self-explanatory, but again, we'll get to that. And we mentioned the MVP, Gaz, but we're actually going to relate it to the theme of our show. It's going to be called the Golden Tinnie Award. Okay, the MVP, the best player that we think the category could, the criteria of the category could change a little bit, but again, it's just who we think. Yeah. What sort of things are you looking for an MVP, guys?
For an MVP, I mean, the Golden Tinnie, it's a prestigious award.
Yeah, 100%.
Probably a mixture of like SuperCoach performance. I mean, being like a SuperCoach podcast, probably looking at the stats.
Yep.
Maybe who's got the most points or most kicking meters, attacking.
Yeah, kicking meters good one too. Very underrated.
Yeah. Or if you look at it defensively, most tackles. Someone that just works super hard on the field.
Yeah.
but then also, supports their team and is really strong in that regard. So
Yeah, I think a good culture player too. I think Dane Gagai last night, just watching the intangibles that he brings in, just bringing that energy. I think that's something that you can't teach.
No, and he lifts the team.
Yeah, definitely.
The try saver that was the last minute.
Yeah,
they were over the line.
Exactly. And again, these are things that make MVPs in my eyes. Definitely, guys. Good call. We're also going to have a mini tipping comp, and we're going to have our bold predictions for the entire season. Okay. Probably not going to be out lavish like ChatGPT's Broncos not making the top 8. But yeah, we're definitely going to make some bold predictions. And if you guys have any recommendations on a penalty for the loser for the tipping comp between us, we might even ask some of our mates if they want to join in too.
Yeah.
Probably better, so then we don't have to get it. But yeah, it could be anything. It could be someone scoring 2 tries and running over 200 meters for a game as a weekly tip.
Yeah.
Okay, it could be many, many things.
Yeah.
But yeah, chuck us some suggestions in the comments, guys. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I think last season, Jake.
TRL,
he sent me a video on Instagram, and it was the tipping, and whoever came last in the tipping, I forget the tipping was SuperCoach.
Oh, it was fantasy football overseas.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And then
NFL.
The person ran 10Ks in a suit. So
that's
something like that would be
funny.
epic.
That's so funny.
I don't know if it's better or worse than the
Would be here every kilometre.
something like that.
Screw that. No, that's a good idea. But again, if you guys got any suggestions, just please let us know. But that's pretty much episode 1 wrapped up. It's pretty much just tell us who we are, what we're doing, what the show's going to sort of look like. Again, next week, guys, we've got the NRL live draft. Good one to watch. Okay, good one to watch, definitely. But please go onto our socials. Okay, all the links will be in our bio. We're pretty much across all social media platforms and streaming services. So if you're a visual listener or viewer, okay, you can go on YouTube or TikTok. But again, I'm more of a podcast man myself. I prefer listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Any last words, guys?
No, that was exciting.
Yeah, first one.
Yeah, how good.
Yeah.
Listen in.
Listen in, guys. All right, thank you very much. We'll see you next week.